My wife tells me it's probably because I'm dyslexic and ADD, so that's because it's really short. But yeah, ADD. If you're sitting next to somebody or standing next to somebody that has ADD, here's how you know. They're always going, what is that? You never hear a joke, ever. That's pretty stupid. But Psalm 1 says this. It says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on it he meditates day and night. It says he's like a tree planted by streams of water. He yields fruit in its season, and everything he does prospers. That's good stuff. For me, coming up as a believer, it's been big to me because my struggle's always been my discipline, and guarding my time with God every day, and understanding that it's great to have a great church, it's great to have a great pastor, it's great to have small groups and all that cool stuff. But none of those people go home with me. So when I get up and I go to Monday, it is me and Jesus. That's it. And if I don't have a walk with him and I need somebody else to tell me what he's saying, I'm in trouble, right? So I got to understand, as a believer, that's the first thing the enemy's coming after. He's going to try to strip my time with God away from me. Let me lean on everybody else's walk with God. And what happens is I get out there and things turn gray. I'm not really sure what's right and what's wrong, because I haven't spent any time with it myself. And I'm reading this in Psalm 1, and I see the slow fade of man. Listen real careful. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of scoffers. You see this? He's walking, then he's standing, and then he's sitting. He is slowly shutting down. And what did his shutdown start with? His counsel. Where did he go for his counsel? Who's pouring into him? What's he reading and watching and clicking on? What's he allowing to pour in? Because sooner or later, it does what it does. And it just starts coming out of him. Now he's not walking anymore. He's just standing. He's not even just standing. He says he's standing in the way of sinners. That means people around him, what was just bouncing around his head, now it's coming out of his mouth. Now it's coming out of his life. And the people around him see this and they're thinking, who needs this? I got that kind of stress being lost. Right? God's not confusing anybody, it's the church. Right? So we get out of here and we're stumbling around. We're not sure, well, maybe this is right, maybe this is wrong. Maybe this was just in that culture of that day. Is this really wrong? And next thing you know, we find ourselves in a place we thought we'd never be, doing things we thought we'd never do, and totally rationalizing all of it. How do I know this? Because I will be the biggest dork in heaven. If there's a way to mess it up, I can find the way. Gives me hope. If God can love me, he can love anybody. If he can forgive me, he can forgive anybody. And what I've got to understand is this. There's no crash and burn. Because people never crumble in a day. It's always a slow fade. It just